All right. Welcome back. The Body by Vlad show. Episode 4, part 2. My name is John Robert Quinn, the guy who builds talk shows coast to coast. And, of course, we're hanging out with Mr. Vlad at Tel Aviv, and we are talking about being healthy and how stress affects our bodies. So let's really dig into this thing. Real quick, I want to break into, are there good and bad supplements, or are they just all bad? Are they all crap?
The FDA doesn't regulate anything.
There's your answer. All right, folks, have a wonderful day. All right, so how does stress actually affect our body? All I know is I feel like I've been kicked a lot. Like, I hurt, dude. My guts hurt.
Yeah, to be honest, stress is like, it's worse than, it's worse than doing drugs. Because stress is like, it's like chronic stress. And when you get into the chronic stress, what happens is your body starts shutting down. Your brain, your organs, your digestive tract, your recovery, your immune system, and then day by day, as the person stays stressed, their immune system starts shutting down.
Their body's dying.
Yeah. They're not alive. And their body's made out of trillions of cells, and the stress, it starts killing your body, right? And that's how people get stomach ulcers and cancer, diabetes. And the problem is like, we're seeing so much cancer right now, but when you look 30 years ago, 40, you won't see that. Reason why is, ask 1,000 people how stressed they are out of 10. They'll tell you 10. And so they're raising kids and they're passing the DNA gene down that's already weakened.
Correct.
And so from 30 years ago, we're passing on weaker and weaker genes, and our culture is getting weaker, you know.
Sorry, millennials. That's your problem right there. There's our answer. That's why they're so stupid.
I'll work with somebody who's like a 30-year-old male, and they can barely do like 20-pound bar curl, and you're like,
oh my goodness.
Like, is this...
Yeah, and they're protesting over at the Capitol driving a Prius. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, there's our answer. You know, we're learning a lot in this show right here. Oh my goodness gracious. How does proper diet and reducing stress improve our body's performance?
I've noticed it myself. Like, I'm pretty sure you're noticing is when you're stressed out and you're not eating right, your body just tanks. You can't think straight. You're not productive. You want to sleep all day. You feel really not good inside. You just feel heavy. And as soon as you let go of stress, and the thing is, it's not even financial stress. It could be other people stressing you out.
I know. That's why I'm canning. That's why I'm firing clients one after another.
Social media might be stressing you out because when you're home and then you see a picture of somebody in Italy, you're like, why is that not me?
Yeah.
Well, why am I not driving that car? Why am I not? You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's a stress in itself. And then that leads you to be like, I want to work more. And that's what they want. They want you to work more. They want you to work longer. They don't want you to, because that's more productive for the corporate. They don't care about they're just like humans, right? So they're like, oh, whatever. They don't care about you. But as a personal trainer, every single client that comes into me, I've seen the constant same thing. Overworked, underpaid, overstressed, no time for family, a lot of family issues. They're overweight. They're like not feeling good. They have issues, health issues. I feel like the society right now is just breaking people down, and they're setting these fake illusions of you need to be here.
No, we talked about this at the break. I read an article about MTV Cribs and these celebrities that you see on TV and you see in movies, and you doing. Their houses and their cars on MTV Cribs were rented houses and rented cars. They didn't actually own that stuff. They literally rented it for the weekend or for the day to shoot the show. And that's the brand, the image that they want to portray.
That would make sense.
But they don't have any money. They don't have any money. That's it. And then I see these guys with their Ferraris and their Lamborghinis. Yes, there are the exception. I was in the Ferrari business. There are people, and I'll say, one of my clients was Will Swanson, the founder of Raytheon, okay, the guy who builds the missiles for our defense system. He had like a dozen Ferraris, and we used to do all of his cars. long story short, he was the guy who built our missiles. He was like the living Tony Stark, so to speak. Okay. But when you see people that own a jewelry store or that wrap cars and they've got Bentleys and Ferraris and Rolls Royces and they've got several of them, they're either a part of something, doing something wrong, or it is inherited money from the Middle East or somewhere else. And people are just, they're chasing an illusion.
It's a huge illusion.
It's a huge illusion.
And I'm noticing that. It's so crazy how people are just, there's like cattle. They're just being guided by social media, by music, by movies.
Did you park in the structure here?
No.
There's a Bentley parked in the structure. And it's owned by one of the state workers in one of these buildings right here. Why in the world is there a state worker driving a Bentley? Well, because they're only $45,000 now, right? So what's the other end of this whole thing is the things that we looked at in magazines 10 years ago have all broken down, right? They're cheaper, they're depreciation and so forth. And they're accessible by the public. So the public is out living with these extravagances, again, chasing the illusion, the shiny object.
Yep.
Boy, I'm starting to sound like your friend. What's her name?
You don't even know what's happening, huh? You're like, what's going on? Why am I speaking like this?
But it's so true, though, right? Or am I wrong?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. And, people don't have the balance where they're eating right, exercising, because looking back 40 years ago, lifestyle was way different. The people's lives was way different. It was way calmer, and now it feels like you just got to go, get more money, make more business, and customer service goes down, everything goes down just to make a sale, a profit. And that's, I think, what's stressing people out because they feel behind.
Well, I think that number one, life has become more challenging because of technologies. Because the technologies are taking taking a lot of jobs. A lot of people don't realize the significant impact it's had. There is no, looking things up on encyclopedias anymore. So you don't have the library structures that you used to have and the studies that you used to have. You just go onto Google and pull it up. You don't have, the salespeople are all being reduced. Car sales have gone online. Home sales have gone online. Shopping alone has gone online. I mean, just this week, Guitar Center's announcing that they might be filing for bankruptcy. Sears is announcing they're closing essentially the rest of their stores. Toys R Us is closed the rest of their stores. JCPenney's is having trouble. Banana Republic is now having trouble. Gap. Across the board, there's like 30 or 40 companies. I put what you saw them on my Facebook that are closing stores across the globe. And what that's doing is that's reducing the footprint of humans in that part of business. And these humans are having to go and source other types of jobs, which is making them stressed out. That's when employment has gone up. There's more people in the world, but it's requiring less people to do the jobs that we need, which then you've got companies, for instance, that are overhiring, overstaffing in order to, why are they doing what they're doing? But then it's just this big crazy cycle of like nothing. Everyone's just overworked, overstressed.
Yeah. They're overweight.
Overweight because they're sitting on their tushes all day long.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Coffee 6 times a day.
Starbucks. Drinking their Starbucks. And that's a whole nother conversation. You didn't have people 30, 40 years ago spending $6 on a cup of coffee twice a day. You're talking $12 a day or $8 a day. If you're spending $4 on coffee, $8 a day on coffee, just on coffee.
Not counting the fast food.
Not counting the fast food or going to lunch.
Eating, yeah. You go out to eat, it's $30 to $60.
You're correct. You're absolutely right.
For one meal.
Yeah.
And so, everything is going up in price, but nobody's getting paid more. So,
correct.
There's other companies, like you said, that's where supplement companies are trying to, how do I say it, get in on this because they understand it. So, but my question is what's the quality of that? You can take a protein supplement, you could take a shake, you could take whatever. like Herbalife, Amway. And I watched a documentary on Herbalife, zero to betting on zero.
Yeah.
And that opened up my eyes on the whole industry of
what's actually happening,
what they're actually doing.
Correct.
And it was interesting to me to see how a CEO who was making $80 million a year resigned after 4 months after the whole investigation. Mm-hmm. If you're doing the right thing, you'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm doing the right thing. I don't know what you guys are saying.
Especially making $80 million a year.
Who would want to resign from that?
Exactly. Right? Are there supplements that make unhealthy people healthy?
I'm sure, yeah. I think so. Whether it's a placebo or what, I'm pretty sure there are good companies out there. I've only used a handful.
I think the best supplements, honestly, though, if you really want to break it down, is just eating healthier. Proper diet and exercise. If you want to supplement, exercise 10 minutes a day. Even if you're taking a walk.
Walking is the best because it's very low impact.
Well, it's not even that. If you were to just take a walk to the Capitol building right here, right? Or wherever it's at. It's over there. Walk to the Capitol building. What is that, a 5-minute walk? Walk around the Capitol for 5 minutes and then walk back. It's 15, maybe 20-minute walk. And I don't know exactly all the terminology, but you're looking up in the sky. You see the birds flying in the tree. You're not thinking about this, that, or the other. Maybe leave your phone at home. And you just kind of stop for a minute and kind of take in the world. You spend 20 minutes on yourself. And you look at how beautiful it is, and you say hi to a couple of people. Think about how much better you'd feel. You'll almost be less stressed or unstressed by the time you get back than going to the gym with your phone and running on the thing and then going home and dealing with the kids again. So just taking a simple walk, and then maybe instead of going and grabbing fast food, you can still go out and eat. Wife and I had a steak last night, steak and a salad, and
Wait, is this the John Robert Quinn show? Who's this man talking right here? Steak and a salad?
This is what you're doing to me.
Steak and a salad.
You're proud of me, aren't you? After taking a walk.
Yeah. After taking a walk.
Yeah. And had an apple for breakfast.
And being stress-free. What's going on here?
But I still had a peanut butter and jelly every day, and she still takes her bite out every single day.
It's organic, right? Organic peanut butter and jelly.
No, it's not. It's Smuckers.
Smuckers?
Smuckers and Skippy.
That's the best.
It really is, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I already know.
All right. So, folks, look at what Vlad has done for me. All right. Bottom line, go ahead. If you don't believe that, go back and watch previous episodes of any of my shows. Look at how stressed out I am all the time, and go back and watch the Good Life show, or me eating, Mr. Cupcake, eating cupcakes every day, and look at the transformation of just working with Vlad for the last few months, and just his education and what he's taught me, and how easy it is for us to become just a little bit healthier. And we're not talking about being, hippies and going to Davis and driving Priuses and hugging trees. We're really talking about just being healthier people in our mind, our body, and of course in our business. God. He's laughing, but this is exactly what he's trying to do, right?
Oh my God. Wait, you didn't get a Prius yet?
No Prius for me. I bought a Mini Cooper. 916-764-2559 is Vlad's number. 916-764-2559. BBVFitness.com. BBVFitness.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and learn more. We'll be right back.